Good morning, Facebook friends.
Good morning.
How are you today? I didn't do my normal good morning, good morning, good morning, how are you song. But we still want to know how you are. And I'm going to start off. Miss Julie, I want to ask you something. How was your week last week?
Well, Miss Julie's had the blurries in the eyes this week.
Oh.
And it was so good, I'm telling you. But we're plugging along, doing what we can.
That's good. So Miss Julie's going to help us as much as she can. And but while we're doing that, I'm going to, Miss Julie, I'm going to name all these little kids in the back of us.
All right.
We have Lucas. We have Landon Murray. We have Jackson Murray. We have Infinity. We have Sammy. Hi, Sammy. We have Martin. We have Victoria. Michael, Emily, Zoe, Jesse, and Anthony Phillips, and Jackson Phillips.
I hope y'all are listening today. There's a lot of new things coming up. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah. What's this coming week, Miss Julie?
It's Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yes.
Where's our song?
Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving, here we are. We're going to do a little song. We're going to get started on it, okay? And it is, it's all about Thanksgiving songs. All right, we ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Y'all sit down and show we're glad. Each brother, sister, mom, and dad. We give our thanks for fruits and meats, for vegetables and special treats. We thank the Lord for nature's joys, for sunny skies, friends and toys. We all sit down, our thanks to say, and celebrate Thanksgiving Day. Everybody shout, hooray! Let's make every day Thanksgiving Day. Friends and family, school and fun. Let's all give thanks to everyone. Thanks! That was a good song.
I like that one. I've never heard it before. It was great.
Well, I think we did very well since it's the first time we saw it.
That's true.
Now, what is Thanksgiving about, Miss Julie?
Well, do you want me to read my book now?
Yes, you can. And I'm going to slip away just for a second. Okay?
All right. I may not show any pictures, but we'll talk. Okay, guys? Here's the deal. And a long time ago, I mean a long time ago, 1620 it was, a ship called the Mayflower came to this country, and they were one of the first people from Europe to come here and set up a colony and make friends with the Native American Indians. And the next year, in 1621, they all shared a meal together to celebrate the harvest time. All the harvests had come in, the wheat had been harvested, and vegetables had been harvested, and they all got together to celebrate. Well, we've been celebrating a Thanksgiving type day ever since. And so this year, it may look a little different at your house when they celebrate Thanksgiving. Maybe everybody won't be able to come. Maybe you'll have to Zoom or Snapchat or something and talk to people over your computer. But we're all going to do the best we can, celebrating and serving our favorite foods that we like. I don't know. Maybe you like turkey. Maybe you like ham. Hey, maybe you like lasagna. I don't know. The Italians serve lasagna a lot. So, everything's different.
Well, what do you think, Miss Julie, on the first Thanksgiving? Do you know when it was?
I told them it was 1621.
1621.
Well, after the harvest had come in.
I wonder if they had a turkey or if they had a deer or an elk or a buffalo.
I don't know about the buffalo, but they could have had deer. And they could have had a wild turkey. It was whatever they had. It was whatever anybody had, and they came together and celebrated a meal together. And that's what we hope you're going to do on your Thanksgiving Day. A lot of people call it Turkey Day, but then we leave out the thankful part, and that's the point. We are to be thankful.
Thankful for our families
and our whatever we have, even if you're stuck at home doing school over the computer, whatever it is, be thankful that you are able to do that, because lots of boys and girls around the world can't even do that. So we should be very, very thankful for what we have, and hope you have a great Thanksgiving Day with a lot of fun, and maybe even if you're Snapchatting, you can talk to your grandparents or aunts and uncles, and it'll be a great day for you.
Well, Miss Julie, a little birdie told me that it's 400-year anniversary of the Mayflower.
Oh, yes, I told him that the first people came over in 1620 on the Mayflower. A long time ago.
And they invited, who'd they invite? American Indians?
Yes, and we have a coloring sheet for you, too. So stop by the library and pick up your coloring sheet so you can color the Native Americans and the Pilgrims.
Well, you know how we know about what happened back then in 1620? Somebody documented it. Somebody wrote it down.
That's true.
And that's sort of like writing a book, isn't it?
It is. And they wrote down what the name of the ship they came in on, whether it was after the Mayflower. They would write down the ship, who was the captain on the ship. They would write down all the people that were on the ship.
And there were even children on that ship.
And there were mamas having babies on the ship.
Yeah. And so, but it was a hard winter when they arrived. It was very harsh winter.
Because they weren't set up with houses and things. They tried to let the women think they were going to be safe staying on the ship, and the men would go out and start to build places to live. That didn't work out too good, though, sometimes.
No, it didn't. But, you know, but the men provided for the family.
They did.
And the women stayed on the ship. They didn't get off the ship at all.
They stayed on there, but that wasn't always real good.
No, the quarters were not good. They had a lot of people in a small ship. So after we do this next Tuesday, we're going to have a presentation by Carolyn Mitchell that the moms and dads might like. It's about the Mayflower 400th anniversary. And we're working on a presentation right now for that. So you tell your moms and dads that you might want to listen to that, or they might want to listen to that. And that'll be Tuesday when we upload that one. You know, they said there were like over 90 American Indians that came on the first Thanksgiving.
Wow, that's a lot.
That is a lot.
I hope they had a lot of food.
Well, I'd say they all had to go hunting. They might have had a rabbit. They might have had a squirrel.
They might have.
You never know what was there on that first day. Unless I find a book that somebody had written down what they had. And I bet you I could find one. I bet I could find one in this library.
You might look.
So we've got all kinds of books. So if you're interested, you need to tell your mom, your dad, your grandparents that we have all these beautiful books at the library about Thanksgiving. And the ones I like are the ones like Miss Julie was telling you about. It is it's nonfiction. What's nonfiction? It means it's true based on research of what they've done. They researched it. They just didn't write a book. They had to research it and maybe read somebody else's book to do this. But it's a book that talks about celebrating Thanksgiving. And you know, Miss Julie, my fondest memories was of Thanksgiving when all the men would go hunting right over here on the bend. When I lived over off the bend in Strawberry Plains, Tennessee. And I was small. I think I was about 5 years old when we moved, 4 or 5. When we moved up there, we was on this big hill, and it was cold day, and I can still see it. If I close my eyes, I can still picture my papa, my Uncle Kurt, my daddy, my brothers, they would all go hunting. And they'd bring these rabbits home, or squirrels, or they would bring, they've been known to bring a turkey home, a wild turkey. But I remember that just like it was yesterday. It's been many, many years ago. And my mom and my mama and my sister Charlene, they'd all sit in that kitchen and they'd make the cakes, the pies, the turkeys, and all the little ones would sit in front of the TV and watch a Macy's Day Parade. And that's one of my fondest memories of my family when we was all together when we was little.
When we were little, there were 9 of us, and the only thing I remember is my grandma making pies. So, don't have too many fun memories in Florida for that.
So, but this year is going to be a little rough for Miss Donna, but we'll get through it. You know why? Because we have other families that love us. And I'm going to read you a book. It's called The Night Before Thanksgiving. And it's going to be a beautiful little book. Look at that. Now, I know you've heard of the one The Night Before Christmas, but this is The Night Before Thanksgiving. And I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to move out of the way a little. Move it so I can get the book in there. There we go. The Night Before Thanksgiving by Natasha Wing. And the illustrator, the ones that did the pictures, were Tammy Lyon. She was Tammy Lyon. 'Twas the night before Thanksgiving, and all through the nation, families got ready for their big celebration. At our house, my mom baked 3 kinds of pies: pecan, pumpkin, and apple surprise. Look at that. That looks delicious. That night we were nestled all snug in our beds with visions of turkey legs dancing in our head. Turkey legs. The very next morning, Thanksgiving. Yippee! We got up and watched the parade on TV. That could be Miss Donna when she was little. Relatives arrived from near and far by taxi and airplane, by train and by car. My brother came up the basement stairs, lugging the kids' tables and the folding chairs. We counted and polished our best silverware, then set the 2 tables with patience and care. The turkey went in, and as more cousins came, I laughed and I shouted and called them by name. Hey, Danny. Hi, Donnie. Hi, Paula and Vicky. Hi, Casey. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Brenda and Ricky. Come in from the porch. Step into the hall. Now come and play. Come and play. Come and play all. Had a lot of kids in that family. Cousins and things. So up to my room, my cousins, they flew. We played with my toys and computer games, too. We made pilgrim hats and funny shoe buckles, then put on a skit for aunts and for uncles. We all were assembled, except for Uncle Norm, who called us to say he was stuck in a storm. Meanwhile, my mother was getting out yams, cranberry jelly, and honey-baked hams. When Mom wasn't looking, we stuck olives on our fingers, said they were puppets and grand opera singers. I don't know about you, but I don't like olives, but I could make a puppet out of one. While dinner was cooking, we played dodgeball outside. Our tummies were growling. Can we eat yet? We cried. Oh, can't wait to get that. The timer then sounded. The turkey was cooked. Mom opened the oven. She sniffed and she looked. When what to our watering mouths should appear but a marvelous bird, which caused us to cheer. Its skin so golden, the drumstick so juicy, the stuffing was fluffy thanks to my Aunt Lucy. Dad slid out of Dad slid out the bird. It weighed 30 pounds. He turned in and he tripped over one of our hounds. A hound is a doggy. He tripped with the turkey. Oh my! Up in the air the turkey did fly, over the string beans and straight for a pie. Oh, my brother and I made such a clatter as we leaped and caught the bird on the platter. All right, said Grandpa, get on with the carving. Can't you see that people are starving? Dad spoke not a word, but went straight to his work. He sliced up the turkey, then turned with a jerk. Turkey looks good. In front of our house we heard beeps of a horn. A trucker delivered, none other than Norm. With a wink of his eye and a twist of his head, the party can start. I made it, Norm said. I got my words mixed up. Yes, I did. We all took our places. The food smelled so great. We started to dig in, but Dad said, wait. We're thankful that everyone is together this year in our home and our hearts where we hold you so dear. We ate and we ate, yet last but not least, the very next day was a leftover feast. You know, that's true, Miss Julie.
Oh, yeah.
The leftovers are better the next day.
I just remembered a memory for Thanksgiving. Why that slipped my mind, I have no idea. But it wasn't when I was a child, it was when I was adult. I had 6 brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. My brother that lived in Knoxville, Tennessee, had a big house. I had a brother over in Birmingham, Alabama. I had my parents and another brother and his family in Florida. And my husband and I and 2 kids lived in Indiana. So we would all have a family reunion at Thanksgiving and come to Knoxville, to my brother's house. He lived off of, never mind. Anyway, I know where it is.
They lived in Knoxville.
He lived in Knoxville.
That's not far from here. We're just, I bet if I crossed the creek out here, I'd be in Knox County.
You probably would. So we'd all gather at his house for Thanksgiving. People would be sleeping on the floor, different places and everything, and we'd run around town after Thanksgiving on Friday. We weren't shopping at the mall. We were hitting all the thrift stores and whatever else we could find, playing down at the...
But you had fun with your brothers and sisters.
We did. We would...
And they came from everywhere.
We had 12 grandparents, my parents, and let's see,
a lot
five siblings and their spouses, all at my brother's house.
Now with COVID, we can't have that many in our home.
No, that's right.
So a lot of people are actually having their Thanksgiving outdoors this year.
If it's not too cold.
We hope it's not too cold. That turkey will get cold. Cold turkey's not good. Well, it might be if it's a sandwich. I like hot turkey myself. With that stuffing and the potatoes, with that dressing, and then you've got that, oh my.
So we're not getting that crazy at my house.
Well, Miss Donna is. Miss Donna's.
But I'm going to break down and bake 2 pies this year. I don't usually do that either.
I can't make pies or cookies. I burn them.
Well, if I buy the pie crust already made, I can do a pie. But other than that, there's no
I'm at the mercy of whoever shows up bring that pie. Mm-hmm. Now, my husband, he can make a good cake.
My mother-in-law learned to bake pies and things from her mother-in-law, who made pies for a living.
Oh, looky here.
My pies came out looking like Granny's quilt.
Well, Miss Julie brought some things for us to make a bulletin board, and I don't know if you can see it, so I'm going to pull it up close. There's a big turkey somewhere.
We lost it.
Well, Darn.
We offline now?
I don't have no idea. So if we are, can't seem to find it. Where'd it go?
I hate it when that happens.
Oh, we're still there. They could see us. They could hear us. But we couldn't see our face. Uh-huh. So there's a big turkey right in the middle. There's some pilgrims. There's some pies. Now, these pumpkins, I like those pumpkins. I like pumpkin pie, pecan pie. Pecan pie is my favorite.
I'm making a pumpkin pie and an old-fashioned cream pie.
And I love cherry. Now, but as I said, I'm at the mercy of somebody bringing me those because Miss Donna can't cook sweets.
I can do cookies.
But I can make a mean turkey, and I have a potato salad, and there's some things that we invite all the family to bring something. And so just like I'm sure the first Thanksgiving, people brought what they had. Some
be a lot different than what we would bring today.
Yes. So some people might bring drinks. Some people might bring the rolls. Some might bring a cookie or a pie. But the person that's hosting it usually furnishes the turkey and the ham, and other people bring the sides. Mm-hmm. It's what normal people do. But Miss Donna's not normal. No. Miss Donna usually cooks and cooks.
I'll wait all that for Christmas, hopefully. And do some more cooking then. That's usually what we do.
But I gotta go get my turkey before it gets and if your parents get on iBot, an app, they can get a free turkey dinner from Walmart.
Wow.
Yes. But you have to have an app. And I know the kids know what an app is.
Right.
It's called Ibotta. And right now they have a special going. You can get a 3-pound turkey, like the turkey breast, and get a 2-liter Coke. You get some frozen green beans. You get the stuff. You get cranberry sauce. You get mashed potatoes, but they're the instant. But if you get like all that money back on a little gift card, so you can buy something else. So if anybody's interested in that, just go to ibotta.com and download that. Is that
IBOT?
IBOTTA.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm going to go do it. But you can also get up to $9 off of a whole turkey. So I think I'll do the whole turkey. And get a free 2-liter. I mean, who doesn't like free stuff? I've lost the tape, Miss Julie. Do you see the tape?
I do. It's hiding behind the computer.
Well, we've got all kinds of books down here for you all. Now, some people can't eat ham. I'm allergic to ham. I love ham. Oh, but it doesn't love me. It makes my lips swell up like this.
That doesn't sound good.
So, Miss Donna can't eat the ham. What's your favorite?
I usually like ham.
I like turkey, my favorite. And I love chicken. Some people have chicken. So if you can't have turkey, chicken's a good substitute. And there's Miss Cow. Isn't she pretty? Can you scoot around a little and I'll scoot around a little and we'll bring in the storyboard. All right. There's Miss Cow. She's in the sky. Guess I shouldn't put Miss Cow in the sky. She's not got wings. She doesn't have wings. What was I thinking? And what else would a farm have, Miss Julie? What do you think that is?
That looks like a mud puddle.
It's a mud puddle. So if it rains, we go out and we play in mud. I used to make mud pies when it's summertime.
I saw some little toddlers having fun jumping in the rain puddles.
Mm-hmm. That's fun. And what do you think this is? Mr. Farmer.
All right.
And what is this, young'uns?
Oh, it looks like a turkey.
Looks like a turkey. So, tradition around here these days, when I was growing up, you had a turkey and you had a ham. But this ham is a pig, okay? Yeah, I'm going to put Mr. Turkey. I'm going to say he's flying in from the north somewheres. Because I want to put him on something that's not going to, that it's not going to stick. Now, what does pigs like to do, Miss Julie?
I heard they like to play in mud puddles.
I think they do. We're going to put her or him. We'll put him in a mud puddle. Now, you've heard of Wilbur, right?
Wilbur the pig.
Wilbur the pig. So we're gonna do something. Okay, I'm gonna tell you an original story. It is by Donna Phillips. That's me, and Miss Teresa Clark. And I wanted to share this story with you because it's dear to my heart. My mama's last Thanksgiving, I shared this story with her, and she laughed so hard. So I'm going to share it with you today. Now, when we think about ham, we think about it being in a little package, but it comes from a pig. So, and then you got your turkey, and it comes from a turkey, a real turkey that is processed. Okay, they process it. You don't go to the store and pick up a pig like that. It's in a package. So, but I'm gonna get started. It was the night before Thanksgiving. And Miss Farmer, Mrs. Farmer, the farmer's wife, she said, "Honey, go out to the farmyard and pick us out something for Thanksgiving. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and we have to have something to eat." And he says, "Well, honey, what do you want?" And she said, "Well, I'm going to let you decide. I really, really like turkey, but I also love to eat ham. But I'll work on the pies. I'll make some pumpkin pies while you go pick out the entree. That means the main part of the dish. Just like if I was cooking, I would have a turkey or a ham and people would bring stuff. Well, she's making the pie. So you think about Mr. Farmer. He's going out to the farm and he gets there. Well, wait a minute. I forgot something. He said he'll go farm out to the barn and the yard in a little bit. He had to go get something. In the meantime, the turkey came down and he said, Mr. Pig, what do you think you're doing?" He said, "Well, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and everybody knows they're going to want a pig for Thanksgiving, some ham. And I'm going to roll in this mud. I'm going to make myself nasty so nobody wants me. I'm going to make sure I'm wallering in that mud, and I'll be covered up by the time the farmer gets here." And the turkey's looking at him going, No, you don't. That leaves me. Then he'll want to eat Mr. Turkey." "I don't think so." So he jumps in the mud puddle too. He says, "I'm going to join you. I'm not letting you get away with that." And the cow's sitting over here going, "Ha, ha, ha. That's so funny." She's just laughing her little self to death. She's even got tears rolling down her eyes going, "Ha, ha, ha. Nobody wants to eat a cow for Thanksgiving. The turkey and the pig are in trouble. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and nobody wants to eat a cow for Thanksgiving." So, they're wallering in. They're covered in mud. They are nasty little creatures. Here comes the farmer. "Oh, no. Well, I don't know which one to eat. They're both nasty. Whoever I got to cook, I'm going to have to give them a bath." He said, "But I got to have something. I got to do it tonight. I got to put them up. So when I get up in the morning, I can just come out here and pick which one I want to eat. So I'm going to put them both in a pen." So he digs the pig out. We're going to pretend there's a pen right here. He gets him out of the mud. Then he puts the turkey out. And the turkey and the pig, they are crying because, well, they have families. They have mama and babies, and they didn't want to be eaten for Thanksgiving. How dare that farmer want to eat them? The whole time, though, that cow sitting over here in the corner, she's laughing. She's going, nobody wants to eat a cow for Thanksgiving. Oh, no, 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 no. They won't eat me. I'm safe. Matter of fact, she laughed so hard, she was actually rolling around. She was rolling upside down every which way because she was just laughing her little butt off. She's going, they ain't going to eat the cow for Thanksgiving. Nope, nope, nope. Well, that night, the farmer left. That night, the rain came down. It poured. Oh, it poured. It just soaked everything. It soaked the barnyard. It soaked everything. And the sun came up. And when the sun came up, the turkey looked at the pig. And the pig looked at the turkey. And the pig was so nice and fluffy and plump. And the turkey feathers were just gorgeous. They were just shining with the sun. They looked at each other and they started crying. Ah! We're both in trouble. He's going to eat both of us for Thanksgiving. Oh! So they tell their little families, they tell them bye because they know that the farmer's going to come and take them to his dinner table. And they're crying. And the cow, just like any old cow, she's just sitting over here laughing at them when, they're going to get eat. Because nobody wants to eat a cow for Thanksgiving. Nobody. They want turkey and they want ham. That means the turkey and the pig going to go bye-bye. And she's just tormenting them. She's going, bye, Mr. Pig. Enjoy yourself on the plate. Bye, Mr. Turkey. You just enjoy yourself, too. I'll take care of your family while you're gone. Here comes the turkey. Here comes the farmer, I'm sorry. Farmer comes out. He sees that pig. He says, oh, my, aren't you gorgeous? You're a fine specimen. I bet I could get a blue ribbon in the fair next spring if I take you, because you just shine up and you look so beautiful since it rained. All that mud's gone. You're just gorgeous. I think I'll save you for the spring, and maybe you can have some more babies, and we can have some that look like you. So the pig's going, thank you, Mr. Farmer. Thank you, Mr. Farmer. Well, the pig ran off. He decided, I'm good. I'm going. I'm hiding. He hid behind the barn. The cow, she's still over here laughing, going, bye, Mr. Turkey. Nobody wants to eat a cow for Thanksgiving. Oh, no. So that means your little hiney ain't going to be on the dinner plate. I'll take care of you little youngins. Don't you worry about it. I'll take good care of them. I'll throw them some milk every now and then and maybe some hay. And she's just laughing and rolling around. It's horrible. She's laughing so hard, tears are rolling down her eyes. Turkey's bawling. His family's going, bye, Daddy. Bye, Daddy. Bye, little Mommy's going to miss you. Well, the farmer looked at the turkey and he says, man, aren't you gorgeous? Them feathers. Oh, my goodness. You know, if I keep you, this spring we'll have some fine turkeys for next Thanksgiving. Maybe I ought to keep you too. And the turkey says, what? You're going to let me go? And he says, yeah, I'll let you go. He goes, I just can't bear to eat such a fine looking turkey. And so that turkey ran behind the barn with the pig. And the cow's still over here just laughing, going, I don't know what they're going to eat for Thanksgiving, because everybody knows you don't eat a cow for Thanksgiving. Well, Mr. Farmer, he looked around the barnyard. He says, well, I don't know, but I got to take something back. And he goes, well, Betsy, I guess that means I'm going to have you for Thanksgiving. She goes, no, nobody eats cow for Thanksgiving, no, as he took her in and put her on the plate. What do you think about that story?
That's wild.
Well, the cow found out. You don't laugh at people. You don't laugh at that.
That's true.
Because something might happen to you. She should have been trying to hide that turkey in that and that pig. But she laughed at him because she thought they was going to get eaten. But that year they ate steak on their plate.
All right.
I hope you enjoyed that story. That is an original story. Every time I tell it a little different. It's always a little different because I can't remember the original, but that's okay. So, Miss Julie, you want to talk about the craft that you got for the kids if they was to come in?
Well, first of all, I showed you earlier the. Make sure I'm going the right way again.
So you can talk.
Okay.
And they can see you.
Yes, you got 3 coloring sheets here for Thanksgiving you can get. But the other thing you can do is the next time we get together, it'll be 3 weeks before Christmas.
Can you believe Christmas is that close, Miss Julie?
Not hardly. So what Miss Donna has for you is a countdown Santa. If you notice, there's all these little circles with numbers on them. And for every day, you start with 1 and then go to 2.
So December 1st, you're going to put what on there, Miss Julie?
You could color it, but the idea is to make Santa's fluffy beard. So you want to have a bag of cotton balls.
Yes.
And they're only about $1 at the dollar store, so it's not a big deal. And so you might want to get a bag of cotton balls and pick up your calendar and put it up somewhere where every day they can glue a cotton ball on the right number. And by the time Christmas comes, Santa's beard will be all full and fluffy. And you can color the face and the hat and everything.
You know what I would like to do if I did one? Guess what I'd want to do?
What would you want to do?
I want to glue me some Hershey Kisses on there. I'll put them all on there, and then every day I'd eat one.
Ooh, well, you could do that. There's nothing that says you have to use cotton balls, but that's easier.
The cotton balls are easier, and you can color it and make it beautiful.
So that's what we're going to, and then we'll have another craft that day. And if you want to know more about it, you need to
come by the library.
Come by the library and pick your craft stuff up so that your kids can make these. Most of these are made from popsicle sticks. One's a reindeer, one's a tree.
Yeah, we're going to make Christmas ornaments, aren't we?
We are. It's a, let's see, what was I thinking we could call it? This is a vintage Christmas ornaments. These are the kind of Christmas ornaments my kids made when they were little.
So the old-fashioned.
They're old-fashioned Christmas ornaments made out of popsicle sticks.
And you could make them and give them away as presents.
You could.
That's what I like about making things like that.
With a reindeer, a tree, and a candy cane.
And we might make a wreath if I find the stuff to do it with. I mentioned the pot cleaners and make a little wreath. They're beautiful.
The other thing I've seen for making a wreath is everybody make their handprint on paper.
Oh, wouldn't that? Yeah.
And then cut it out and make it into a circle. And they use
the paint to do that, right?
And then a paper plate, and then you could cut the middle out and then use the rim and put your handprints all the way around.
I bet that'd be beautiful.
It would be.
That's all the time we have today, Miss Julie, and I want to thank you for coming. And I hope we wasn't too long on our little story, but I do enjoy telling our little story boards. And
go on Pinterest and find a gazillion things to do.
Yes, and parents, moms and dads, the kids, when they make things and you put it up, and in 20 years down the road they find it, it just means so much more to them that you kept that little.
I have my children's ornaments on my tree, and they're at least 40 years old.
So You don't have to buy something for Christmas. You can make it. And we're going to focus on that, making things for people instead of buying things. You know, like you said, the vintage, the old time Christmas when yeah, we've got our phones and everybody wants a new phone. Everybody wants a new toy with that little buttons. But let's focus this year on some vintage, old fashioned, make something for somebody, because a lot of people this year is not going to be able to buy what they normally buy last year.
And grandparents really like it when you do that.
Yes, make a old fashioned Christmas card, make a Christmas ornament, or just
Probably when we come the next time, the ornament will be the reindeer. We can sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
and jingle bells.
and jingle bells, and it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yes. So and we'll have our tree up hopefully by then, so we can have it in the background.
Goody.
Okay. Well, we're gonna say farewell today, and we hope you and your family have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. Now, you eat enough turkey and ham. You eat enough ham for me because I can't have ham, but you can enjoy it. Y'all have a blessed day.